So you've done the smart thing and put money away into an annuity for your future. That's fantastic. But now you're at the point where you're thinking, okay, how do I actually get my money out? And let's be honest, it can feel like a puzzle, a maze of rules and potential penalties that can be a little intimidating. But I promise you, it doesn't have to be.
This is the big question, right? It's the one thing everyone wants to know. And that's exactly what we're going to tackle in this explainer. We're going to break it all down into simple, clear steps so you can feel totally confident about getting to your money.
Here's our game plan for today. First, we'll figure out what type of annuity you have. Then we'll go over the core rules you absolutely need to know. After that, we'll look at the awesome ways you can get your money out without paying penalties. And finally, I'll share a really smart strategy for accessing bigger chunks of cash.
Okay, let's start at the very beginning. This is the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. Before you can understand any withdrawal rules, you have to know what kind of annuity you actually own. This one single detail changes the entire game when it comes to taxes.
So it all boils down to one simple question. Where did the money come from? If you funded your annuity with pre-tax money, like a rollover from a 401k or an IRA, that's called a qualified annuity. And with that one, every single dollar you pull out is taxed as regular income. But if you used after-tax money, say from your savings account, you have a non-qualified annuity. In that case, you only pay taxes on the growth, the earnings, not on the original money you put in. Knowing which one you've got is step one.
All right, now that you've got your annuity type figured out, let's talk about the rules of the road. There are a few key numbers and terms you've got to get familiar with to make sure you avoid any nasty surprises or fees.
And here it is. This is probably the most important number in the entire retirement world, 59 and a half. The IRS sees this age as a huge milestone for pretty much all retirement accounts, and that definitely includes your annuity.
And this is exactly why that age is so critical. If you take out any of the taxable money from your annuity before you hit that magic 59.5 mark, the IRS will usually slap you with a 10% penalty. And listen, that's on top of the regular income tax you're already going to owe. It's a double whammy you really want to avoid.
Now, the IRS has its rules, but so does the insurance company. And their rule is called the surrender charge. The easiest way to think about it is like an early cancellation fee on your phone plan. It's just how the insurance company covers their upfront costs. So, when you first get your annuity, there's this window of time, usually 6 to 10 years, where if you pull out too much money, you'll trigger this fee. The good news? It goes down every single year until poof, it's gone.
Okay, one last rule, and this one is specifically for traditional IRA annuities. Once you hit age 73, Uncle Sam says you have to start taking out money. These are called required minimum distributions, or RMDs. It is not optional, and if you miss one, the penalty is a whopping 25% of what you were supposed to take out. Ouch.
Okay. Enough about the penalties and the rules. Let's shift gears and talk about the good stuff. Let's talk about all the built-in ways you can get to your money without having to pay those surrender charges we were just talking about. This right here is your golden ticket. Pretty much any annuity that's designed for growth has what's called a free withdrawal provision. What this means is you can usually take out up to 10% of your account's value every single year, completely free of any surrender charges from the company, even during that initial waiting period.
But what if you have a true emergency? Well, annuities have safety nets built right in. Most contracts come with waivers that let you access your money penalty-free if certain major life events happen. Things like getting a terminal illness diagnosis, needing to go into a nursing home, or facing other really significant hardships. These are incredibly important features that offer some serious peace of mind.
All right, time for our final section. We've covered the fundamentals, but now I want to give you a real pro move, an actionable tip for getting a larger amount of cash out of your annuity without getting hammered by fees.
But first, you gotta understand a quick tax rule called LIFO. It stands for last in, first out. When it comes to non-qualified annuities, it just means one thing. Your earnings always come out first. Why? Well, because the IRS wants to tax your gains as quickly as possible. So when you make a withdrawal, the very first dollars to come out are considered your taxable earnings. Only after all those gains are gone do you finally tap into your original tax-free principal.
So check this out. This little strategy shows how a bit of timing can save you a ton of money. Let's say you need to get 20% of your money out. Instead of taking it all in one go and paying a surrender charge on that second 10%, you play it smart. First, you take out your full 10% penalty-free amount for the current contract year. Then you just wait.
You wait for your contract anniversary date to roll around. The second that day passes, your 10% allowance resets, and bam, you can take out another 10%, penalty-free. By straddling 2 contract years, you can access a big sum with little to no fees. It's that simple.
And really, it all comes down to this. Getting money out of your annuity isn't rocket science, but you do have to know the rules of the game. A simple mistake in timing can cost you thousands in penalties and taxes. But if you do it right, you keep more of your hard-earned money right where it belongs with you. Look, I know this can still feel like a lot to juggle. If you're asking yourself, how much can I withdraw from my retirement annuity, or you want some help applying these strategies to your own personal situation, we at The Annuity Expert are here for you. Our services and our guidance are always completely free. Just give us a call at 770-755-1565 or find us online at annuityexpertadvice.com. We'd be happy to help you build a plan.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Everyone's situation is different. The best withdrawal strategy for your neighbor might not be the best one for you. It all depends on your unique retirement goals. Thinking about that is the first step to making your annuity work perfectly for you. Thanks so much for tuning in.